And for Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Houck. It's been 8 long months since the Irish last played football in anger. Of course, that was the Fiesta Bowl back in Tempe back in January. And so this has been a long-awaited game today at Ohio Stadium. And the Irish will open their 134th season with a big one in a big venue, as you can see what's behind me, the Big Horseshoe in Columbus, Ohio. It's number 5 versus number 2. The Irish are number 5. Ohio State, of course, is number 2. But you already knew that. Capacity of this stadium, 105,000. And Notre Dame, the line has been moving steadily, but it's actually gone down a little bit. The line is now 16.5 points. This big line, I think, is attributable to a couple of things. First of all, a great OSU offense. Secondly, home field advantage for Ohio State. Ohio State in 10 years is 63-4 on this field. And it's a lot to ask in the regular season debut of two individuals. One is Marcus Freeman's regular season debut, so he's matching up with Ryan Day, who's opening his 5th season as the Boilermaker head coach. And of course, Tyler Buckner starting at quarterback for the first time ever. I see this matchup as strength on strength, weakness on weakness. OSU's offense, obviously a strength. They were number 1 in the country last year in scoring, and not just scoring, but also in total offense. And against Notre Dame's defense, which is loaded, to tell you the truth. A lot of depth, a lot of pass rush. They should have an advantage actually in the trenches with that great defensive line. And it's also weakness on weakness. And when I talk about that, we're talking about Ohio State's defense versus Notre Dame's offense. A lot of question marks around Notre Dame's offense, wherein Ohio State's defense last year was a little pedestrian. They gave up 87 points last year in their last 2 games. And for that reason, Ryan Day, the head coach at Ohio State, decided to bring in a new defensive coordinator, somebody that Irish fans should be familiar with. That's Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State. The last opponent for the Irish is now the defensive coordinator here for the Buckeyes. Let's talk a little bit more about that offense of Ohio State's. C.J. Stroud, sensational as a freshman. 4,400 yards passing, 44 touchdowns, just 6 interceptions. He's now a sophomore. He should be outstanding today. A tall task for the Notre Dame defense. They've got to keep pressure on him. Travion Henderson, another sensational freshman, running back, 15 touchdowns, 1,400 yards rushing for him, or 1,200 yards rushing, something about that. Anyway, an outstanding season for Travion Henderson. They'll be tall tasks for the Irish. One of the Irish's tasks here today is to stop the run. That's something that Marcus Freeman has emphasized in camp all along. So for the Irish, who replaces Kyron Williams? Well, it'll be a combination of Chris Tyree, Audric Estime, and Logan Diggs. Who catches the ball? Gone. Kevin Austin. Avery Davis injured. Michael Mayer, though, an All-American at tight end. He'll be a target. Lorenzo Styles, Brandon Lindsey. Those are guys that can catch the ball, but not a lot of depth for the Irish. A little bit of rain in the area, but it's supposed to clear up by game time. We're now about 2.5 hours before game time. 76 degrees, the expected temperature. Nice night for football, but it is humid. I expect to see the Irish to keep this closer than the spread. This defense is just too talented, I think, to let this get out of hand. The wild card will be Tyler Buckner. But I don't think there's going to be a blowout earlier. If he plays well, this could be a close game. Looking for the Irish to try to establish the run game and to control the football. Tall order for the Irish today, but it's going to be fun to watch. The Fighting Irish Preview pick, Ohio State 35, Notre Dame 24. For Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Houck. I'll talk to you after the game.